Want to become a master communicator? Someone who can effortlessly connect with anyone? It's not a secret talent. It's a skill you can build. Today, I'm sharing 10 powerful tips that will transform the way you interact with people, whether it's in your personal life or your career. Let's dive in and unlock your communication superpowers. First up, and this one is crucial. Listen more than you speak. So many of us are just waiting for our turn to talk, but great communication starts with understanding. When you truly listen, you gather information, you understand the other person's perspective, and you make them feel valued. It's about receiving, not just transmitting. Try this in your next conversation. Make it your goal to understand the other person's point of view before you even think about formulating your response. You'll be amazed at how much deeper your conversations become. Next, let's talk about eye contact. It's such a simple thing, but it has a huge impact. Maintaining steady, comfortable eye contact shows that you're engaged, confident, and respectful. It builds trust and creates a genuine connection. If you find it a bit intense, try looking at the bridge of their nose or switching your gaze between their eyes every few seconds. It's not about staring them down. It's about showing you're present and paying attention to them and only them. This small change makes a massive difference in how you're perceived. Tip number 3 is to speak clearly and slowly. When we're nervous or excited, we tend to speed up our speech and our words can get jumbled. This makes it hard for others to follow along. Take a deep breath and make a conscious effort to slow down. Enunciate your words. Pausing is not a sign of weakness. It's a powerful tool. A well-placed pause can add emphasis to your point and give your listener a moment to process what UVA just said. Remember, your message is important, so give it the space it deserves to be heard properly. Moving on to tip number 4. Use simple and direct language. We often think that using big, complicated words makes us sound smart, but more often than not, it just causes confusion. The goal of communication is clarity, not complexity. Think about the most influential speakers. They use language that is easy for everyone to understand. Ditch the jargon and fancy vocabulary. Be direct, be clear, and be concise. Your audience will thank you for it because they'll actually understand what you're trying to say without having to decipher it. Now, let's talk about something that often says more than words. Your body language. Tip number 5 is to pay close attention to it. Your posture, your gestures, your facial expressions, they're all sending signals. Are you slumped over with your arms crossed? That might suggest you're closed off or defensive. Are you standing tall with an open posture? That signals confidence and approachability. Try to mirror the positive body language of the person you're talking to. It builds rapport subconsciously. And don't forget to smile. A genuine smile is universally welcoming and can instantly put others at ease. Tip number 6 is a game changer for keeping conversations alive. Ask questions. And not just any questions, ask open-ended questions. Instead of a yes or no question like, did you have a good weekend? Try something like, what did you get up to this weekend? This invites a more detailed response and shows that you are genuinely interested in the other person's life. Asking thoughtful questions keeps the conversation flowing, helps you learn more about the person, and takes the pressure off you to do all the talking. It turns a monologue into a dialogue. Next, at number 7, we have stay calm and control your emotions. Conversations can sometimes get heated, especially when discussing sensitive topics. A great communicator doesn't react impulsively. They take a moment to breathe and respond thoughtfully rather than emotionally. If you feel yourself getting angry or frustrated, it's okay to take a step back. You can say something like, that's an interesting point. Let me think about that for a second. This gives you time to compose yourself and ensures the conversation remains productive and respectful instead of turning into an argument. This leads us perfectly into tip number 8. Be open. You're going to encounter people with different opinions, beliefs, and backgrounds. The goal of a good conversation isn't always to agree or to win. It's to understand. Approach every interaction with a sense of curiosity. Listen to different perspectives without immediately judging or preparing a rebuttal. You don't have to change your own mind, but respecting someone else's viewpoint is a sign of maturity and a cornerstone of effective communication. It opens the door to more meaningful and enriching discussions. Our 9th tip is to practice active listening. This is more than just hearing words. It's about being fully engaged. How do you do that? Not alone, to show your following. Use verbal cues like "see," "hung," or that makes sense. A powerful technique is to paraphrase or summarize what the other person has said. For example, "So, if I'm understanding correctly, you're feeling overwhelmed by the project's deadline." This not only confirms your understanding, but also shows the other person that you are truly, deeply listening to them. It makes them feel heard and validated. Finally, tip number 10, and perhaps the most important of all, build confidence through practice. Communication is a skill, and like any skill, it gets better with repetition. You can't just read about it. You have to do it. Start small. Strike up a conversation with the barista at your coffee shop. Talk to a neighbor. Join a club or group like Toastmasters. The more you put yourself out there and interact with people, the more comfortable and natural it will become. Every conversation is an opportunity to practice and improve. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. They're just learning opportunities. So there you have it, 10 powerful tips to transform your communication skills. From listening more and speaking clearly to mastering your body language and practicing regularly, start by picking just 1 or 2 of these tips and focusing on them in your conversations this week. You'll start to see a change. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found these tips helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more content just like this. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which tip are you going to try first? Let's start a conversation. See you in the next video.